Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So this here I'm going to check out today is a Snap G from Thinkware. This is a gimbal camera. I've never tried one of these out, and I thought I would. Now, Thinkware is a company that has been building car dash cams and motorcycle dash cams for a lot of years, and they are some superb dash cams, motorcycle cams. In fact, on my Honda CRF 300L and my Honda Shadow, both bikes I have the Thinkware M1 motorsports cams on them, and they are amazing. I have done reviews of 25 probably different motorcycle dash cams, and by far I like the Thinkware the best, and that's why on both my bikes I have the Thinkware M1s on them. So in any future bikes that I will get, I would definitely have a Thinkware M1. It's just my favorite camera. I like the features, I like the build quality. Thinkware has been in the business for a long time. They know what they're doing. I think they're wanting to try their hand in the gimbal camera market, and this is the Snap G. Professional 4K gimbal. The box is kind of hard to read because it's kind of this rough stuff, but it is 4K, 60 frames per second, touchscreen. It's kind of hard to read some of this stuff. So we're going to take it out of the package and look at it. It does have a lot of different features we're going to like. This is 133.9, it looks like, or 133.5 degree viewing angle. Has Wi-Fi live streaming. The battery pack in it, where you can take the battery, recharge it, and instead of having to install batteries every time, you always want a rechargeable battery. So let's take this thing out of the box, look at it, and see what we have. So on the bottom here, it's also, the way this is a rough package and they put the printing on it, I don't know why they've done it that way, but it makes it extremely hard to read. I can't even really read that model number right there. It's just not very good. So don't care for the packaging as far as that, the way they've done it. It does say that you can get the Snap G app on the Google Play or the App Store. It does have a Type-C USB cable. But most of this stuff I can't even read, so let's take this out of the box and just look it over. It has this kind of a label right here holding the box shut. And there is the Snap G. And as you can see, your handle here, you got your screen here, and then you got your camera right here, your gimbal camera right there. Take this out carefully. So there's our gimbal camera right here. You can see we'll have to peel this stuff off, especially off the lens, before we use it. This writing here, I can't even read this. Most of this is in Chinese writing. So it tells you green charging, and when it's off, charging is complete. Fully charged battery before use the first time. When charging is complete, the LED will turn off. So over here we have a power button. This is like a jog dial, or almost like a joystick. And this here is going to be our record button. Up here we have the button to control right here. And over here, I'm sure this is where our SD card is going to go. Take a micro USB right there. And then we also have our USB-C charging port on the side also. It says 4K right here on the end. Snap G. And this is our microphone. So in the package, we have a quick start guide, safety guidelines and warranty before using the Snap G. Charge it up. We do have, looks like, a nice little carrying case of some kind, a little pouch to put it in. This is our battery. See the gold contacts right there, slides right up into the end of the handle. Here we have our charging cable, which is USB on this end, USB-C here. So as far as taking the battery out, looks like we push this button, and then this cover has little notches right here on the side. Pull open to take the battery out. Take the battery, see the contacts right there. Turn the rounded side in, like so. Slide our cover back on, snap it down. I'll go ahead and turn it on just to see if it comes on, make sure it works. Definitely comes on. You can see the gimbal aligning itself right there. Getting ready. Just wanting to go through the setup procedure. English. So it does have a nice little screen on it here. English language. We can set our date right here. We don't want 2021, this is 2023. This is March. This on 25. Hit the check mark. You see our battery's low, so we're definitely going to have to charge it before we go any further. I'll come back after I charge it up. We're going to stick an SD card in here and see how it does. Let's turn this off. And as far as charging it, very simple. As if I don't really need to show you this. Truly, people can figure this out. You take the USB-C right here, plug it in, plug it into a USB wall charger, power bank, or whatever you can charge this with. Okay, now as far as SD card, we can plug in. This is a 32 gigabyte Thinkware. Now this did not come with it. It did not come with a micro SD card. And in my opinion, anything that you send out that takes an SD card, throw one in the package. It don't cost them that much to add one with it. But they didn't do it, so this is a Thinkware micro SD card, and it's one that actually comes with my motorcycle dash cam. I put a larger one in it, so we're going to try it in this one. And so we'll have a SD card in it. We need to turn it the right direction. Snap it in just like any micro SD card. Now as far as charging it, we got our USB-C. I plugged it into this Rock Pals right here. We can charge it up. We'll plug it in. You can see our light turns green. Now of course it said when this light goes out, we are full charge and ready to go. So we're going to let this thing charge. So as far as the manual, it doesn't really come with a good manual at all. I mean, it has this safety guidelines and warranty. It has this before use, basically different languages. Just tells you about charging it before use. It takes approximately 180 minutes to fully charge the product. Use a 2 amp or higher when charging. That's pretty much it. And then we have this quick start guide, which that's all it is quick start. They really don't show you much at all. Tells you about the Snap G. You can use the Google Play or Apple App Store, download the app. And of course it's got different languages, so I can't read some of them. But it tells you about putting in the SD card, how to put the battery in. Tells you about this is the mode button, the record button, about plugging in the charger. Tells you what comes with it. Then on the other side, it's pretty much just basically telling you how to use the jog dial. And that's it. There's not much to it, so we figured it out on our own. And we'll download the app from the App Store. Okay, once I got there, typed in Thinkware Snap G. That's the app we need to get. Install. Okay, so now we got it charged up. Let's turn this thing on. Did it turn on? So first thing we probably want to do is go in the settings, check out our settings. In the settings here we have the connection settings where we connect to the Wi-Fi. We have the record settings. You can turn it on quick shot, upside down. There's the mic settings, external mic if you have the external mic plugged in over on the side right here. It says mic in right there. I don't have an external mic connected to it, and I won't for this video purpose. Output type, NTSC or PAL. Mic settings, Face ID, all those settings right there. Miscellaneous settings, see what's in here. Auto power off, auto LCD off, date and time setting, and our indicator light. System info, so you can format the SD card, which is always a good idea when you put in a new SD card, so we got that done. So all of our settings are easy to get to right here. There's a live, if you want to do live video. We have a brightness adjustment here. For our display, you can turn it down where it's pretty dim. We want it up pretty bright because outside it's going to be pretty bright today. Sound, off and on. Pretty simple settings on this thing, very simple. We'll click on this here. If you click on the video right here, then we can adjust our video format so we can have it, click edit, resolution, frame rate. So 4K is what it's on. We got 2.7K, 1080p. Let's do this video in 4K just to see how good it does. We got 60 frames per second, 30, 24. We'll do it on 30 frames per second at 4K. File format, we can do MP4 or MOV. We'll leave it on MP4. There we can adjust our exposure. Over here we can adjust our view angle. We can have it on linear, or we can have it on wide. We'll do it on wide, and then we'll go back out of here like so, swiping down. So now we can take this thing out, record it, and let's see what kind of video it does. I'll do an more in-depth view later and go into the app and settings on the app and stuff like that when I'm connected to it. But right now, this is just a video showing initial startup. We'll do showing some video of this thing, how the video quality looks and stuff. And then later on, I'll go into a more in-depth video when I get used to it, more used to what I'm doing on this thing and how to operate it, so I know what I'm talking about in the video. As I said, this is my first time using this, so we're going to take this thing out, try it out. So the cool thing about a gimbal is you can see how when I tilt this, the camera just stays level. No matter which way I turn it, tilt it, the camera's going to pretty much stay level. You can see it turning there. So that's a cool part about gimbal. And with this little thumb right here, we can turn it left, we can turn it right, we can go like this, we can go take our camera, we're going up and down, we can turn it plumb back around to us so you can see what I'm talking about. So we go up like that, sees me on there, so you see the face recognition there, and it will actually track you too. You can put it on where it tracks you. So we want to turn it around like so, away from us, and then tilt the camera down, and then we're going to take it outside and do some video. And that video posted from here on will actually be the actual video from the camera. I'll take it off the SD card, show you the actual video from the camera. Okay, we take it outside here, do a little recording, see how it does. The sun is going down over there, so it's a little bit dark out here in the backyard, but the sun's going down over that direction. So we have the joystick here. We can pan left or right, we can tilt up or down. So now if I tap the finger trigger in the front, it's going to turn around to me and do a selfie, basically selfie toward me. So I'll triple click it here and you can see it turn toward me. So there, it turned right toward me. Now if I say tilt this up, so now if I want it to turn back around, and when I triple click this again, it's actually going to tilt down to level, and then it's going to turn around. So I'll triple click here, tilt down, turns back around. So if we are up or down, say we're down low right here looking at this creek down here, and then we want to go back up to level, then we just double tap the trigger, goes back up to level. Very cool. So as far as zoom on this thing, it does have a zoom, and what you do is you hold the trigger and then you move the joystick up or down. So I'm going to pull the trigger in, and then I'm going to go up on the joystick, and there's our zoom. I can let off and I can still go ahead and tilt down. Now if I pull the trigger again and then I go down on the joystick, we zoom back out. So now we're all the way zoomed out. Right now I'm filming in 1080p 30 frames per second, and later we can actually try this thing on another video in 4K, but I wanted to give this is pretty much where I'm going to be using it, is 1080p, so I want to see how it's going to do. And the most common would be 1080p. You can use the 4K. You can go 30, 24, 60 frames. But this is in linear too, and it's not wide angle. We can actually switch this over to wide and see what it looks like. Okay, now we're back in the same position, we are 1080p, 30 frames, and we are on wide. So that's our widest view you're going to get, other than if you go to 4K. Very cool. So we'll see how stable this is as I'm walking. Should be pretty stable. Of course, I can't hold my hand steady, so see how this does. Let me turn this back around to myself. I will triple click the trigger. Brings it right around to selfie. So I'm going to turn back around here where the light will be more in my face. It's kind of getting a little bit dusk out here, but if I move my head here, it shows a box around my face, and it should follow me. And see, the camera is actually following me over here. If I go back this way, and now the camera is going to turn and follow me over this direction. I'm holding my hand still, but I'm moving my head, and it's following me back and forth. It does a fairly decent job at that. I think it would lose you. If you wasn't careful, you're going too fast, it'd probably lose you, but it does okay. Let's turn this back around by triple tapping the trigger. So we can see a car passing by there. Let's go over here and look, see what we look like on this flag right here. Turn it back this direction. Let's go ahead and look down here at some of these flowers. It is kind of not no sunlight on these, but let's see what they look like. And also I can put this in camera mode here and I'll take a few camera shots. So what I did to take the camera shots is you have the M and the power button. It's one button on the right. You push the M power button and it will switch from your video to your regular steel frame camera. So that's all you got to do when you want to switch back and forth. Let's see what it looks like if we go into the sun. You can see the sun is going down over there behind those trees. See how much the sun blows out the camera. Shouldn't be too bad. It's kind of hard to tell on this little display, but so far it looks pretty good. It's right down here at this creek. Right down there. It's running pretty good today. And we'll do a little zoom in on it. So that's all the way zoomed, which is 3 times zoom. And then we'll go back out. And then we're all the way back out. Okay, so I definitely like that where you just triple tap it, automatically turns back around to selfie mode. So like if I'm doing a vlog and I'm talking and I want to turn the camera around to see what I'm telling you about that's out in front of me, all I have to do is triple tap this trigger. It turns around and there we go. It's that simple. And the same thing as far as the leveling. If I turn it up and show you these trees up here, look at the top of these trees. I wanted to set itself back down to level. If I just double tap, brings it right back down. That part is very nice. So it does have a lot of nice features. It's very simple to use. It's like I said, the handle for me is a little short because I have big hands. But you can mount this thing on a tripod too, which would be nice if you wanted to do some follow me stuff using a tripod or just doing video with a tripod. It'd be great for that also. Hopefully this turns out pretty good. This time of day it should turn out decent. Showing the sun over here across the road on these fields. Hopefully, let's see what the zoom does as far as way over there. It's probably not going to be extreme, but we'll see. Over there on that field on the other side of the road, that was 3 times zoom. We'll go back, and there we go. Okay guys, that's it for this Snap G from Thinkware. I think this is a pretty awesome little camera. Like I said, the handle here does seem to be a little short for a big hand like mine. It could be a little bit longer, but as far as hanging onto it, it's really not a problem. On the bottom here, we do have a 1/4 inch jack here, so we can actually put this on a tripod if you want to mount it on a tripod. That's pretty handy. Very nice little camera. I like it. I like some of the features about it. As I said, as I get more involved in this thing and using it to where I know what I'm doing more, I'll make a more in-depth review. But for now, that was my initial thoughts. I really like it. And I like the video quality, actually pretty good. So thank you guys for watching. I will post a link down below where you can check this thing out. But very cool. I really like that they're stepping up to the plate and actually working on some other cameras besides dash cam. Thinkware is pretty good at innovating new stuff. And as I said, their dash cams are Really, really good stuff. I have them on my motorcycles. I have a car Thinkware dash cam. So thank you guys for watching. Click the thumbs up, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Ride on.